Hi, I'm Caroline, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Souls Mark 1 bracelet by Soulsprovider. You can do it on anything with 2 pegs. Today I'm going to demonstrate it on the monster tail. This bracelet takes about 120-ish bands depending on your wrist size. And the one I'm going to do today is going to be, well, it's not quite this color scheme, but it's closest to this one. So I got my bands over yonder, and I got my C-clip sitting here somewhere, I hope. It's probably buried. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's hiding in my bands. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to do this on these middle 2 pegs because I think it's easiest to get my hook in there to do it. And if you've done any of the heart style bracelets on 2 pegs, like heart links or love links or whatever it's called, this is going to be very similar. So you're going to have 3 colors. You're going to have an inside color, which is going to be this clear one. You're going to have 2 outside colors. I'm going to do outside one is yellow. Well, it's white. It's Persian white. So it's white with a little gold on the outside. And this, I think this is also a Persian green of some sort. Green on the outside and this gold shimmery on the outside. So inside, outside 1, outside 2. So I'm going to start with outside 2, and I'm going to make a figure 8 across my 2 pegs. And then I'm going to do the same with my inside color, which is clear. So I've got 2 figure 8s on there, one in green and one in clear. And now I'm going to put on my outside color 1 across. And now starts the fun complication of this design. I'm going to take the clear, which is my inside color, and move it across onto the other peg on top of the ones that are already there. So there it is on that side. And then I'm going to loop the green that's left on this side, and then I'm going to put a new green on top. This is my outside color 2 color. Come on, get on there, cooperate. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to take this middle band, this gold one, this is my inside color 2, which is sandwiched between my outside color 1, which is sandwiched between my inside colors, my clear, and I'm going to loop that. And then I'm going to take these top 2 and move them back over to the other peg. So that's half the sequence. So now, just like on the heart bracelets, I got to do that same sequence to the other side. So I'm going to put on my outside color 1, which is my gold. Here we have it. And now I'm going to move my inside color, my clear, over to the other peg. And I'm going to come back to this peg and loop the green. Then put on a new green across both pegs. And now I'm going to take on the other peg, I'm going to take the gold that's hiding between the 2 clear bands, the one that's between my 2 interior colors, and loop that. And then move this top clear and green back to the other peg. So now I've got my inside color on the top, my 2 outside color 2s on the top, well, sandwiched in between, and then on the bottom I have my outside color 1, my gold, white and gold. On both sides, I have that same thing on both sides. And now I'm going to put on my new inside color, which is a clear. And now I'm going to loop the clears. And then I'm going to invert the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to lift up my top green, that's the one that I'm going to go underneath, and I'm first going to get the gold one. And then, now see, it's staying down all by itself, so now all I have to do is grab this other green one and bring it up. And so I'm left with green and clear on there. Same on the other side. I already looped my clear, so now I'm going to invert loop first the gold and then the green. And now we're back to where we started. We've just finished our first sequence. Doesn't look like much on the bottom now. Until you get like 2 or 3 done, you can't really see the pattern come out. It's too stretched out. So let's do it again. So we've got our color 2 and our inside, color 2 and inside. We're going to put on our color 1 and move the clear from one peg to the other. From the first peg, we're going to loop the green one, which is our color 2. We're going to put on a new green one. And then on the other side, from the other side, we're going to take our color 1 that's sandwiched between our 2 inside colors and loop it. And then we're going to move our color 2 and our inside color back to the other peg. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I just turn my loom around. So there's the side we just finished. It's got clear at the top, it's got our 2 greens in the middle, and it's got our white gold on the bottom. And I've turned my loom around, so now I can do that sequence on this side as well. So I'm going to take color 1, which for me is this white gold, put it across, then move the clear one, which is the inside color, move the clear one to the other peg, loop the green one, put on a new green one, and then on the opposite side, the other side, we've got our big stack of stuff, and we've got our clear ones, and in between those clear ones is our color 1. So I'm going to grab color 1. Oh, only color 1. Come on, you guys. I know you can't wait for your turn. You're going to loop that guy and then move this top clear and green back to the other peg. There we go. So now on each side I have clear on the top, gold on the bottom, and 2 greens in the middle. This one's stretched out more than that one. So clear on the top, gold on the bottom, and greens in the middle. And now I'm going to put on a new inside color, my clear. And we're going to loop the clears, loop the inside color, and then we're going to invert stitch both these bottom 2. So I'm going to grab out my top green, grab first the gold, and then the other green. And look how that stayed all down and nice for me. It often is just pesky and wants to come with my hook everywhere. So invert like that. Invert the gold one, invert the other green one, and that completes our second sequence. So now you can kind of see the pattern coming out. I've got 1 done. Well, I've got 2 done, but you can only see 1 coming out. The other one is still too stretched to really see. So let's do it again. So outside color 1, the gold, put that guy across. Grab the middle band here, which is our inside color, the clear one. We're going to move it to the opposite peg. Then we're going to come back to our first peg. We're going to loop the green one. Then we're going to put on another one of that color, another green one, across both pegs. Then we're going to go to the opposite peg, and we're going to find our color 1, which is sandwiched between our 2 inside colors. And we're going to loop that, And then we're going to take these top two colors, the clear and the green, and move them back to the other peg. So that's half the sequence right there. We've got clear on the top, gold on the bottom, and two greens in the middle. So I'm going to turn this around so we can do it on this side as well. I'm going to grab my outside color 1, which is my gold, string it across. I'm going to move my clear to the other peg, my inside color to the other peg. Then I'm going to come back to my peg and loop the green. Then I'm going to put on a new green. I'm going to look at that back peg and find my color 1 that's sandwiched between my inside color. I'm going to grab it and loop it. Keep grabbing that bottom clear one. Darn it. I still keep grabbing that clear one. Okay, we got it. All right, we're going to loop it. And now we're going to move these two top bands back to the other peg. Falling off my hook. I'm getting my hook caught and stuff. This is a frequent occurrence on this pattern. Happens a lot to me. Maybe I'm just bad at it still. This was a hook-only design, and after much trial and error, I managed to get it to copy properly onto pegs. And I find it much easier on pegs. I think more people can probably do it on pegs, but it is kind of a nightmare. Alright, so yeah, that looks like a big huge mess, but we've got our clear, we've got our two green ones in the middle, and our yellow one on the bottom, our gold one on the bottom. We have that on both sides. That's right, we have the same mess on both sides. And now we're ready to loop those off. So we take a new inside color, which is my clear, and I'm going to loop the clears. I like to loop the clears on both sides at the same time. And now we're going to invert stitch first the gold and then the middle green. And sometimes the top green comes off like that, and sometimes it sticks nice and underneath the bottom green. So you just gotta kind of be careful and watchful to see what's going on, because it isn't horrendously difficult if you're used to doing these kinds of bracelets and can recognize where each loop is supposed to be. So here we invert. See, this time it stuck nice underneath the other green, so I just have to pick up the other green, but it's kind of a crapshoot. It might do one, it might do the other. And there's our pattern times 2. Alright, so this bracelet is super easy to tie off. You get to this point, you move your loops to the opposite peg, you grab your C-clip and stick it on there. If it cooperates. And there you have it. So I'm actually going to make this longer, but I think my critter will only record for like 15 minutes, so you only get to see me make 3 links. So you'll have to back it up and rewatch it. Rewatch it as many times as you need to. This is a challenging pattern. And happy looming! I'll see you next time.